Welcome back, everybody, to the continuation of our recap of Pyanodons on Twitch. So, this place has grown a bit. Last time you saw this place, the mall over here was only partially built and not even fully operational, and now it's already been expanded quite a bit. The bots were very busy and have expanded themselves all the way over here, where we have even more machines that make even more stuff. What do we make over here? Well, pretty much a bit of everything. There's no real order in this, and there's a high chance, I already see one, that we make the same object in here, maybe in two different places. That's fine. That's fine. If we have something like this, so be it. I don't care. But the mall is growing, and we're getting more and more items down here in the mall. We're also kind of preparing over here a bigger train station over here, and I kind of noticed that we are missing some train tracks over there. I only got 72 on me. We are not making train track over here in the Robo Mall yet, but I'll guess that will be done soon. Good. Put it in over there. Bots, constructors, they probably need more. They also need the power connection, it seems. Here we go. Have one of these. Good. Actually, if we compare it to this one over there, it should be... Can we move you over there? Let's place it over there. There we go. Good. So, power is connected, everything else is connected, and the whole system over here is ready to go. Of course, the only thing's missing is a bit of train track, but we can't bring that. But yes, the Robo Mall is working, and it also means we got ourselves a circuit machine. Let's say signal. There we go. We do have, well, we already had the train, but we do now have a new and more impressive looking circuit making machine. It's not really that big, but it does make circuits continuously, and I can already see that the moment we get over here, it will probably tell us that it's not making any circuits, but we will see. Let's drive over here. We take the taxi train and let's go over there. In the meantime, while we're driving over there, a lot of stuff has happened inside the base. For example, we have expanded the rail over here to be double rail, or like two-way or two-lane rail over here all the way through the base, so that we have like more or less something like a main line. So a main line is now available over here, and the main line is also available over here. So we are prepared for more train traffic. And ever since we implemented this, train traffic has definitely improved by quite a bit. We also had our first brownout last stream. Came out of nowhere. I was not prepared for it, even though people always constantly ask me on Twitch, like, Bolt, take care of your power. Yeah, take care of your power. Absolutely. Bolt, your power. Yeah, it's fine. It's yellow. Oh, shit. And then it just goes. But we fixed that, and we made some very impressive modifications for our geothermal power plants. But more on that later. Let's get over here to where the chip machine is. And yeah, the chip machine is currently not working because we are out of sodium hydroxide, which is an issue, we know, but yeah. The whole thing you see on the screen over here, like all the things over here with these seaweed farms over here included, that's all what we require to operate two chip shooting machines over here non-stop. And how many chips will we be making? Well, each chip shooter over here makes 1.25 simple circuit boards per second. So together we make 2.5. 2.5 green circuits per second. That's about the throughput of one vanilla Factorio machine. All of this puts Pyanodons a bit into a scale. Now, the recipe for simple circuits has not changed. We just scaled up. We used to have, and we still have it actually, we used to have this chip shooter machine over here, which basically had like one of each machine sitting over here just to keep this thing fed over here, just so that we make some circuits over here. And now we more or less made it up to size, and we make more than, well, we make just a little bit more than we need to keep these two machines running. A little bit more than we need, because sometimes we got ratios like we need like 4.5 of these machines, so we make 5, and we need, I think, 4.5 of these. No, actually we need 5 of those, I remember that, but we need 2.5 of these PCB factories, so we made 3. So we do make a little more than we need. Good! Excellent. And this thing over here has been going for a while. And the placement over here is also very important, because making chips does require things like copper, iron, tin, zinc, glass, everything. And we used to make, well, those things down here in like some very, well, early initial refining machines. But we did kind of say that this area up here will be the smelting area. And ever since then, we have added oh so much more things to the smelting area. Now, I'm not quite sure what I've shown off last time, but we already know that we've got the iron over here, which is this big clunker. We got the copper over here, which is this big clunker. Then we got the aluminum right next to it, which is over here. We got the niobium processing over here. And I'm pretty sure that we didn't show off the niobium processing last time. But the niobium mine is down here, so we have that available as well. And then, not the niobium mine, the niobium processing. And then the lead processing is over here, and the tin processing, which is new, is over here. The tin processing is pretty interesting. Let's go over here real quick. Now, it's not really that interesting, but you do require quite a bit of tin in this game, like quite a bit. We did end up expanding the tin mine, and we had the option over here to show off a mod, which is a really nice mod. I'm not quite sure if I showed this off yet, but what we can do over here is we can put in alias stations. This station has two names. It's for one, the 1.4 requester, and for another, it's also the 2.8 requester. And if we go, is it over here, this one? Yeah, this one. This one is the 1.1 plate provider for tin, the 1.2 plate provider for tin, and the 1.4 provider for tin. So multiple trains of multiple lengths can come over here, and we do that by means of the mod called multiple stop names over here. And that's a really nice mod, because sometimes you just want to have an alias station where you just have like one station that might want to show up on two different names in two different schedules, so that you don't taint schedules of certain trains. They just have like the station just manages to have the same name over there, or ends up having the same name. Oops, there we go. Now we fixed that. Good. But as for the tin processing itself, well, pretty straightforward. We eat a full yellow belt over here, and we turn that into tin grade 2 and tin grade 1. We take the tin grade 2, and we turn that into more tin grade 1, and then we also get some stone out of it. That stone seems backed up. Oh, yes it is. Well, there's your problem. Let me just fix that temporary real quick. There we go. And we're gonna have to fix that permanently afterwards. But temporary fix over there. But yes, tin grade 2 gets turned into more tin grade 1. All the tin grade 1 gets sorted again into tin grade 3 and tin ore rejects. The tin ore rejects get turned back into tin grade 1. So we have a bit of a loop over here. So we just send the tin grade 1 back over here onto the belt and give it the priority. So that whatever is being made over here will always be taken as priority, so that this whole system over here does not back up. That is very important. If you would not put down the priority input from down here, the whole system over here could get locked, and then the whole system over here stops working. And then the tin grade 3 gets turned to the tin grade 4 by washing it, and then we take the tin grade 4 and we put that into tin grade dust over here by ball milling it. And the cool part over here is this is a whole one-to-one connection. So this is over here a perfect ratio, which is really nice to see. And of course, at the end, all of the tin grade, or all of the tin dust over here goes into an electric arc furnace, where we turn that into molten tin. Good. And all that tin, well, it goes to the train. It goes down the belt over here into circuit production, and it goes in a pipe, the molten tin, all the way down here into solder production. Because we do now also have access to the better solder recipe. Now, solder is the thing you need to do, and the best recipes for, well, let's put it differently. Pyanodons has a lot of metal alloys, for example, the iron excellent antimony special alloy, and things like, later on we get iron niobium, duralumin is one, which we have over here, which is made out of aluminum and copper. And the initial recipes you get is basically by just bashing plates together to get the alloy. But later recipes, which are way more effective, is by just taking the molten metals and then combining them up in an oxygen furnace or something else, or maybe a smelter, or a furnace. What's it called? It's called a... Where's that thing? It's over here, isn't it? There we go. In a smelter. What did I call this one? A basic oxygen furnace. Okay, there we go. Now we got it. But those recipes are way more efficient. And over here we make the molten solder, and of course it goes over here straight with some hot air into some actual solder. And currently we're backed up over here because, well, we got other issues over here, and that issue is sodium hydroxide. Now, oof. Sodium hydroxide. Sodium hydroxide is going to be an issue for a while, because everything in this game needs it. And if you make it, you also make hydrogen gas and chlorine gas, and you don't really want to waste that. So things can be a bit annoyingly balanced if you're not careful. Now, you got places that require hydrogen chloride, for example, to make certain crafts, and they will create sodium hydroxide. But if your sodium hydroxide backs up for whatever reason, those places then will certainly stop. So the balancing and maintaining of sodium hydroxide is going to be something that's going to be a bit of an art form in Pyanodons. It's basically the same thing as, well, I think it was also sodium hydroxide in Angels and Bobs, if I remember it correctly. Every mod pack out there always has that one item that you just end up sitting on way too much, and you have no clue how to either spend it, or the other way around. You will always be out of something and you don't know how to get it. And for us, that will be sodium hydroxide. Good. But yeah, we do get sodium hydroxide over here from the niobium machine. But yeah, currently niobium is backed up, so we're not making any hydrogen chloride, and we're also not making any sodium hydroxide. So this belt is empty, and this belt over here goes all the way over here where we need it for the cellulose. Now, we can probably get better cellulose recipes later on. Where is that stuff? It's over here somewhere. There we go. Craft. Yeah, the only recipe that does not require any kind of sodium hydroxide is the one that is the worst. We definitely want to get to these recipes over here. Even though they do use sodium hydroxide, they are cheaper in terms of sodium hydroxide per cellulose. So we should focus on those soon, but one step at a time. One step at a time. Speaking of alloys, we do have copper and we do have aluminum. And if we put 2 and 2 together, we can make duralumin. And it used to be that we make duralumin by just making plates, but we now, and look how much is coming out of there, we now have a smelter over here that runs on molten copper, molten aluminum, and a bit of sand casts to make duralumin. And you make like 20 per craft, which is pretty good. That means you get quite a bit out of it. And it all goes on the train at the moment, and that train currently is not going anywhere because did we mess up the mole? Where is that thing? There we go. And there's more than enough duralumin over here, but I guess it will be picked up soon because we do have the station over there. Good. Good. Now, another big thing we did, and this recap will be thick, by the way, because we did quite a bit of things, because I think I did not do a recap for like 4 streams, and the last stream yesterday was very efficient. This over here is the activated carbon build, and I really enjoyed making this activated carbon build. Wait a minute, there's a random tree in the way. You there. There we go. Another one! There we go, get out of here. No trees allowed in here. Good. But I really do enjoy this build because it uses mostly direct insertion for the intermediates. Actually, it only uses direct insertion for the intermediates, and of course needs like a belt for the input wherever it starts. And to make activated carbon, we're gonna need some nitrogen, we're gonna need some sodium hydroxide again, we're gonna need some zinc chloride, and we're gonna need some coal dust. Now the coal dust, if you maybe remember, we do have quite a bit of coal dust over here, and we also have the coal processing place over here, which is also making a decent amount of coal dust, which currently is being burned off down here in the power plant. But we could also use that for crafting. Now, for the power plant, we get back to that later. You might see a difference over there. Good, but nevertheless, yeah, we need like 2 sodium hydroxide. Now, 4 sodium hydroxide and 2 zinc chloride. Now, zinc chloride over here, each of these machines makes 1 zinc chloride every 4 seconds. We need 2, so that's already a natural 2 to 1. And then the sodium hydroxide, we get that from saltwater electrolyzers over here to make things like hydrogen and chlorine. And that's a 1 to 1 over here. We need 1 per second, and you over there, you make 1 per second, so that fits. Then these machines over here, they do require 20 hydrogen chloride every 4 seconds. So 2 of these require 40 every 4 seconds, or 10 per second. We make 10 chlorine per second and 10 hydrogen per second over here. And all the way over here, this machine over here, well, this machine doesn't really do anything special. It just takes the chlorine and the hydrogen and turns that into a hydrogen chloride. At a rate that is faster than we need it to. Actually, it goes at 25 per second in total. We only need 20 in total. Yeah, I think we need 20 in total. Yeah, 20 in total, because it's 40 before over here, that's 10. With this one, it's 20. Good. And the sodium hydroxide over here that we make as a byproduct for the hydrochloric acid over here is the same that we need for over here. So everything's matched perfectly. So we have the perfect ratio going on over here, which is absolutely amazing. So the only thing we need to do is add zinc, add coal dust, add salt, and out comes activated carbon. And we got quite a bit of it. This machine has been busy for a while. Now, what do we need activated carbon for? We're mostly going to need it for filtration media. And for filtration media, we have to go back into microfiber, which is more sodium hydroxide. It's everywhere. It's freaking everywhere. Sodium hydroxide is freaking everywhere. Making it, like I said, recipe number 1, cook saline water. There's another recipe, which is way better. This one. Salt, slaked lime into sodium hydroxide and limestone. And you can turn the limestone back into slaked lime. I think into a 1-to-1 ratio. No, we have to turn it into, we have to turn the lime into slaked lime. And to make lime, we need limestone. And limestone to lime is 1-to-1. So, yeah, basically the 5 limestone that we get out, we have to turn back into lime and then back into slaked lime, and then we can spin it. So basically, we provide this machine with salt and coke, and out comes sodium hydroxide. So this is the recipe we want to have, but this one, yeah, it's not too far away. We are almost there. Almost there. Once we get to this recipe, sodium hydroxide will not be an issue anymore. Then we're good for sodium hydroxide. The only issue that we then have is, again, salt. And as we already know, we only have 1 salt mine, and it's still holding it together. But I'm still very anxious that this thing over here will be running out at some point in time. So I do hope that we have enough salt. We are being very careful with this salt over here. We do still have this salt mine over there. But we do have the issue of the biters over there. We did get some upgrades over here for our ammo. So we now definitely do more damage, and we definitely shoot faster, but I don't think we can upgrade it anymore at the moment. Where is that even shooting speed? That's not how you write shooting speed. There we go. Here we go. Yeah, the next one is after chemical science for both of them, for damage and for... There's so much here. Let's see, that's laser shooting speed. There we go. Yeah, damage is also over here. Because I'm pretty sure we're done with the damage over here. Yes, we are. So we may or may not be able to find this over here. I'm not quite sure. But we definitely do have better ammo. But all the worms over here are all behemoth or large worms. So... scary. Very, very scary. Good. Excellent. Alright. What else? Power. Yeah, we had the brownout. We did end up making a new power plant. It's over here, connected by this very fancy power line. It works. But we do have a new geothermal power plant, and this one is kind of nice because over here, yet again, we should probably put some lamps on over here. We surrounded it with some sap extractors to keep the pollution at bay, and the pollution reduction over here is working like a charm. It's really nice. It works really great. So we got some biters right over here. We might want to get rid of them sooner or later. Maybe also want to get rid of these biters over there. And there's also biters down here, I just noticed. But yeah, the pollution over here is being kept at bay. As such, this place over here can keep on operating. But we have a brownout protection in here. It's kind of hard to see, but this power line over here, which is going down and only down, going up onto the big electric pole and then going outwards into the network is one electric network. And then every other power pole around here is another electric network. And the magic trick is over here. These 2 steam engines over here only provide power for this internal network. So these 2 steam engines keep this whole system over here alive. Even if power is drained via the main line over here, these 2 steam engines are not connected to this line over here, which means these 2 steam engines will always be able to create power for this system over here. Which means if these, and they're already pretty much at almost maximum, they are actually running at maximum, we probably do have power issues. Yeah, we do have power issues. So whenever we do have power issues, that means that these places over here do not get affected by it, which also means that the geothermal power plant over here is not slowing down, that the water pump over here is not slowing down, that the heat exchange over here is not slowing down, and that just also means that the whole power plant does not slow down and we don't run into a fatal brownout. So this thing over here now has brownout protection. And we did the same for the other power plants. We did the same for this geothermal power plant. Even though over here it's a little bit more harder to see, but trust me, it's in here. The main power line is over here now. And everything else is connected over here by the power that's being provided by these two machines. And we did the same over here for this geothermal power plant. And over here it's even harder to see because we did some very fancy layering of power poles. But these over here are being supported by these two power plants. There we go, there we go. But we definitely do need to work on our power. And that's also going to be the main focus for the next stream. Make more power, because we do not make enough power and we need more of it. We definitely need more of it. Now, we already made 1 or 2 fixes for that. If we go down here, there we go, to the power plants. You might notice that something has changed over here. It used to be that we have half a coal power plant and half oil-based power plant over here. But we now got a full coal power plant and we now got a full oil power plant. And you can see what happened. We are out of kerosene, completely out of kerosene. This place over here has stopped working entirely. As such, we are not really making or producing any power over here. So all the power is currently coming over from the coal power plant over here. And even over here, we have some issues. I have the feeling that there's not enough salt going around because we don't see all of these over here working as intended. I do hope that we do not lose salt over time. I'm pretty sure we do not lose salt over time, but we definitely need more salt in this setup. So we will probably have to re-establish the line coming from over here. For which we already have the line. The line is still there. Actually, everything is still in there. So we can do that if we need to. But we definitely need more salt in this setup, so that this power plant over here can run more smoothly. But even if this power plant over here would be running non-stop, we would still have the issue that we don't have enough power. The solution for that is going to be that we are probably going to make a second coal power plant. Because if we take a look at our coke consumption, yeah, nobody could consume all of this coke. Even Charlie Sheen would not be able to consume all of this. Even every super coke nose out there is not able to use this coke over here. So we can spend more on our coke. The whole coke power plant down here is still pretty much backed up, so we can increase production and consumption. And even the coke that's coming from over here, all of that is going into the coke sink over there. So yes, we can definitely place down maybe 1 or 2 more of these coal-based power plants. And for that, we do need to automate mechanical parts. And mechanical parts are being made over here, but we are still missing rubber. The only thing we're missing for mechanical part automation over here is rubber. And I think that is then also the original problem over here, which is, yeah, rubber production. Rubber production is, I think, fine. It is the latex production. Latex production is going behind. As we got the latex machine over here, and we make about, I think, 1 latex every 10 seconds or something like that. Or every second, every 10. Not quite sure, but you can already see we're not really making a lot of latex. We will probably have to increase the latex machine. So, and this is one of our earliest machines, like one of our very first designs. So I think it's time for us to upgrade this machine. Absolutely. Also, the creatures over here will be happy if we eat more of them. And the bees over here will also be happy if we eat more of them. Speaking of the bees, we do have, well, we had at least a couple of queens. We have about 3 queens, I think. There's 2 in the machine over here, and there's 1 on the belt over there. And ever since then, we have 903 bees in storage over here. We got quite a bit of bees in storage, which is pretty decent because we do need all those extra bees for the future. Good. I think I actually managed to recap everything. We did, well, one more thing. We did end up processing the natural gas over here, and we take the natural gas and we turn that into syngas, and syngas over here is backed up. So we need to export this or maybe do something else with it. Bitumen over here is backed up, refined natural gas. We're not really doing anything with that yet, but we will at some point in time. And I think the only remaining thing over here is, well, maybe the glass processing stage over here. We got the more advanced glass processing recipe over here, and it just requires a metric ton of fine, pure sand. Good. Perfect. I think that will be it. So, streams. Next stream of Factorio will be, well, the schedule will stay the same. Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays on twitch.tv/BoldViking. We are playing this map. We are ever expanding on this map. And every Fridays and Saturdays we play something else. But if you want to see more of this, come to my Twitch channel. There's much to see over there. And that will be it. So if you do like what you see, please do leave a like, a follow, a comment, a subscription. Speaking of subscriptions, we just recently passed 2,000 subscribers. Thank you so much for that. There might be a special at some point in time, but 2,000 is still quite a low milestone. But let's just see how far we can bring it. But thank you so much for subscribing. And without further ado, I wish you all an amazing evening. And until next time, see you around!